What has Ritter shown you as to where, you're going to give him an opportunity to compete for that starting job?
Right. Absolutely. Well, really, when we drafted Desmond, he sat behind Marcus, and certainly if we thought going into week one, if he was ready to go and he had played better than Marcus, we would have played him. But it allowed us to bring him along when we didn't feel like we had to rush him, or we wouldn't have certainly adapted to give us the best chance to win. And so sometimes, timing and luck, they help you a little bit. And we had a unique opportunity to end the season, and we felt Desmond was ready. We felt that was the best thing for the team, and I thought he improved week after week. He was very, very effective on third and fourth down, and you saw those last 2 weeks, the growth he made from this first start to really his third and fourth. We're excited about it, and we know Taylor coming in is a guy that gives you a chance to win. He understands his role, with a plan to go into the season with Desmond as our starter. So we're very excited.
What's up, YouTube? You're Inside the Edge, and I'm back with another video. Thank you guys for tuning in. I'm excited to make this video. Today I'm going to talk some football, the Atlanta Falcons. Pretty much I made a video last summer about Marcus Mariota and Desmond Ridder as far as who's going to be the starter. And it just seems like, Arthur Smith, with his connections with Mariota in Tennessee, it seems like, Mariota put in, enough work to convince Arthur that he would be the starting quarterback. And it just looks like with Marcus Mariota, he's played about 13 games of last season, and things just didn't turn out really well for Mariota. So with Ritter, he started the last 4 games of the season for the Atlanta Falcons. They went 2-2 in those games. Ritter, he totaled 708 yards passing with 2 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, and an 86.4 passing rating while completing 63.5% of his passes. This guy has shown improvement throughout the season, and I know with Mariota, he's made plenty of mistakes on the field, and I think Ritter took a lot of advantage as far as, reading films and understanding defenses and seeing Mariota make those, mistakes, whether it was throwing an interception, misreading receivers. I believe, Ritter took the time to really learn the game, and he pretty much was ready when he got his start. When you look at Ritter, he was the 74th pick in the 2022 NFL Draft out of Cincinnati. And I think, just his upbringing, I know it took him a hard grind to really get to this point in his career. And I know he has to continue to grind to show major improvement. And as far as the Atlanta Falcons, they went 7-10. And for what they dealt with and through all the injuries and, things not going their way, I think that, 7 wins last year was pretty decent for the Falcons. I know a lot of people didn't expect, a playoff berth or anything like that. It was just more about finding the right quarterback and just getting the realm of the talent on this team. And I think, the Falcons are in the right direction. I think they're making the right draft picks with drafting Kyle Pitts and then drafting Drake London. And now you see, this year's draft, Falcons, they drafted Benji Robinson, one of the best running backs in college. So I think, the Falcons, they're moving in the right direction. And what I like about Ritter as well is the major improvement that I'm seeing from him is, this guy, he's very, he has a lot of poise being in the pocket. When the pocket is collapsing, he's a guy that's going to, roll out and just look up the field and, try to find someone open and deliver throws. That's what I really like about him. He doesn't fold under pressure. He's not a guy that's just going to, give himself up for a sack. I really like how how he can move in the pocket. He is a very good, escape artist. He has very good footwork, and that's probably the most impressive thing I can say about Ritter. He does have a strong arm. He has, his accuracy as a passer, I would say, is decent. He can get the ball where it needs to be. I think, overall, he has the intangibles to be a starting quarterback. And I think Arthur Smith sees it. And I think even you Atlanta fans see it. Again, guys, I know, the Falcons went 7-10, but there's still, good things that happened last year for the, Falcons, and just leading up to, this draft and just how this team is orchestrated. I think Ritter will have enough next season as far as, Drake London being a number one guy, Kyle Pitts, these two guys are, over, Pitts is 6'6", and, you have Drake London at 6'2". I mean, you have two big targets that you can throw the ball to on big down conversions. And then obviously drafting, Benji Robinson, one of the best running backs. I mean, he should have a stellar, rookie season. And even when you look in the backfield with Cordell Patterson, he was the Falcons' number one. I mean, I had him in fantasy, and I think, Patterson had he had a lot of productive games. And for him to be in number two, I think behind Robinson, I think that would be, pretty cool with this lineup. I think Cordell Patterson can catch from the backfield. You can use him for bubble screen plays. I mean, there are so many ways you can use Patterson. But I will say the Falcons needs a third receiver. More of like a gadget kind of player. I don't know if Mac Hollins will be that guy. I see that J.J. Asaga-Whiteside from Philly, I see that he's on this Falcons roster. I just don't know if these guys can really fill what Calvin really did for this team. I don't know if they can fill those shoes. So I do think, the Falcons do need a third player, but more of like a gadget kind of receiver, a speedster, somewhat of a Tyreek Hill prototypical, wide receiver, someone with speed. I think that someone in the slot would be really good for this Falcons team. But overall, guys, I mean, with Ritter, I'm very impressed with his, the season he had and the success he had. And I'm not going to lie, man, I was rooting for Marcus Mariota, man. I really thought Mariota was the guy for this Falcons team. I was wrong. And, Ritter, he's shown major improvement, like I said. His footwork, the way he can, read his receivers and look up the field and extend plays. If he continues doing what he's doing, I mean, he can really be the future quarterback for this Atlanta team. And with that being said, guys, I don't want to make this video too long, but for you Falcons fans, I want to know how you guys feel about Ritter as far as being your starting quarterback moving forward. And so until next time, guys, have a good day, God bless, and take care. Peace.